The doorbell rang like a gunshot in the quiet of my Brooklyn apartment, shattering the fragile peace I'd clung to all evening. Jordan stood there, her blue eyes cold as steel, suitcase in hand, announcing she was leaving me for Elena, the wealthy art patron who'd been just a sponsor for her startup. In that moment, my world cracked open, and I decided right then to expose the tangled web of lies that had ensnared us all, no matter the cost to my heart or our families. I stared at her, the woman I'd loved for 3 years, her sleek black hair pulled back in that no-nonsense ponytail she wore when she meant business. "You're serious?" I whispered, my voice barely audible over the pounding in my chest. Jordan nodded, her expression a mix of defiance and regret. "Elena offers stability, Alex. Something real. Not this constant struggle." The words hit like a slap, igniting a fire in me that burned away the shock. I grabbed my phone, fingers trembling as I scrolled through the messages I discovered weeks ago. Proof of her secret meetings, the lavish gifts, the promises of a life without financial worries. But I hadn't confronted her then. I'd hoped it was a phase, a mistake. Now, with her standing there ready to walk out, I knew silence wasn't an option. That night after she left, I paced the small living room, the walls closing in with memories of us laughing over takeout, planning a future that now felt like a cruel joke. We met at an art gallery opening in Manhattan, where my paintings hung modestly among established artists. Jordan, with her sharp business acumen, had approached me, complimenting my work and offering to connect me with investors. Sparks flew instantly, our conversations delving into dreams and fears late into the night. She was out and proud from a liberal family in California, while I navigated the minefield of my conservative Midwestern roots. My parents, devout Christians in Ohio, had barely accepted my sexuality after years of tense phone calls and avoided visits. "As long as you're happy," my mom would say, her voice laced with unspoken disapproval. But Jordan's departure wasn't just about us. It unearthed deeper fissures. Elena Voss was no ordinary sponsor. At 35, she was a powerhouse in the New York art scene. Her fortune built on family inheritance and shrewd investments. Rumors swirled about her manipulative ways, using her wealth to control budding talents. Jordan's startup, a tech platform for emerging artists, had been floundering until Elena stepped in with funding. I suspected more from the start: late nights at meetings, expensive jewelry appearing out of nowhere. Yet I trusted Jordan, believing our bond was unbreakable. The next morning I called my best friend Mia, a fellow lesbian artist who'd seen her own share of heartbreaks. "She left you for that shark?" Mia exclaimed over coffee at our favorite spot in Williamsburg. Her curly brown hair bounced as she shook her head. "Alex, you have to fight back. Don't let her rewrite your story." Mia's words fueled my resolve. I spent the day digging deeper, using public records and social media to piece together Elena's history. What I found chilled me. Lawsuits from former protégés alleging emotional manipulation, even one claiming Elena had sabotaged their career after a fallout. Was Jordan blind to this, or did the allure of wealth override everything? Confronting my own inner turmoil was harder. At 28, I prided myself on independence, scraping by with freelance graphic design while pursuing my painting. But loving Jordan had meant compromises, putting her ambitions first, ignoring the growing distance as her business consumed her. Now betrayal gnawed at me, questioning if I'd been naive. That evening I drafted an email to Jordan's family, attaching screenshots of her affair. Her parents, progressive as they were, valued honesty above all. Sending it felt like plunging a knife into my own chest. But the alternative, letting her escape unscathed, was unbearable. The response came swiftly. Jordan's mother called, her voice trembling with shock. "Alex, is this true? We've always loved you like our own." Tears welled as I confirmed, the conversation unraveling into shared grief. They promised to talk to Jordan, urging her to reconsider. But deep down I knew this was just the beginning. My actions would ripple out, affecting not just us but the fragile acceptance I'd built with my own family. If they learned of this mess, their fragile support might crumble entirely. As days blurred into a haze of sleepless nights, I threw myself into my art, channeling the pain into canvases splashed with raw emotion. A gallery owner, impressed by my recent work, offered a solo show. It was a small victory, but it reminded me of my worth beyond Jordan. Yet, the tension built as whispers in the art community grew. Elena's influence was vast. Exposing her could blacklist me forever. Still, I pressed on, scheduling a meeting with a journalist friend who covered cultural scandals. This could blow up, she warned. Are you sure? I nodded, the weight of my decision settling like lead. The price of truth was high, but so was the cost of silence. Jordan reached out via text. What have you done? My parents are furious. Her words stung, but they also empowered me. For the first time I saw her vulnerability, the cracks in her confident facade. Our love had been real, but tainted by ambition and secrets. As I prepared to reveal more, I wondered if redemption was possible, or if this path led only to mutual destruction. The confrontation came unexpectedly at a networking event in Soho. Jordan cornered me by the bar, her eyes flashing with anger. You're ruining everything, Alex. Elena's pulling her funding. I met her gaze steadily. Good. Maybe now you'll see her for who she is. Our exchange drew stares, the air thick with unspoken accusations. In that moment I realized the depth of our divide. Her pursuit of success at any cost versus my insistence on integrity. Walking away, I felt a mix of liberation and loss, the first step in reclaiming my pride. The article dropped like a bomb in the New York art world, my journalist friend's piece detailing Elena's pattern of exploitation, with Jordan's story as the centerpiece. Anonymous sources, former men I'd connected her with, corroborated the claims, painting Elena as a predator who dangled wealth to ensnare vulnerable women. Jordan's name was redacted, but insiders knew. Calls flooded my phone, some praising my bravery, others warning of repercussions. Elena's lawyers sent a cease and desist, but it was too late. The truth was out, and with it, the fragile illusion of our lives shattered further. I retreated to my studio, the scent of oil paints grounding me amid the chaos. At 28, I'd always seen myself as resilient, but this tested every limit. My paintings evolved, dark strokes capturing the agony of betrayal, yet infused with hints of hope. Mia stopped by, bearing takeout in solidarity. You're a hero, Alex, she said, hugging me tight. But heroism felt hollow when my heart still ached for Jordan. Late-night doubts plagued me. Had I gone too far? Was vengeance worth the isolation? Family pressures mounted. My parents called from Ohio, their voices laced with concern after seeing snippets online. Alexandra, what's this about your friend? Mom asked, the word girlfriend still too hard for her. Dad chimed in. We raised you better than public scandals. Their words reopened old wounds. The arguments after I came out at 20, the silent treatments, the conditional love. It's complicated, I replied, swallowing the urge to defend my choices. They didn't know the half of it, and I wasn't ready to bridge that gap yet. Jordan's silence broke with a furious voicemail. You've destroyed my career. Happy now. Her pain mirrored mine, but I couldn't back down. Researching deeper, I uncovered Elena's ties to conservative donors, hypocritically funding anti-LGBT causes while pursuing women discreetly. This revelation fueled my next move. A social media post linking the article, tagging key figures in the community. The backlash was swift. Protests outside Elena's gallery, sponsors withdrawing. But so was the personal toll. Friends distanced themselves, fearing association with the drama. A surprise visit from Jordan's sister, Taylor, added another layer. At 25, she was the free spirit of the family, openly supportive. Jordan's a mess, Taylor confided over coffee. Elena's controlling her, isolating her from us. Sympathy stirred, but so did anger. She chose this, I said. Taylor nodded. But she's regretting it. Help me get through to her. The request tugged at my lingering love, presenting a moral dilemma. Aid the woman who betrayed me, or let her face the consequences. We devised a plan, confront Jordan at her apartment, armed with evidence of Elena's duplicity. The drive to Manhattan was tense, Taylor's optimism clashing with my cynicism. Knocking on the door, my heart raced. Jordan answered, looking haggard, her blue eyes shadowed. What do you want? She snapped. Taylor pushed forward. To save you from yourself. The ensuing argument was raw, accusations flying. Jordan defended Elena at first, citing the financial security. You don't understand the pressure, she cried. But as we laid out the facts, Elena's hidden agenda, the manipulated relationships, cracks appeared. I thought it was love, Jordan admitted, tears streaming. The confession pierced me. Our past flashed. Lazy Sundays in bed, dreams of marriage despite societal hurdles. But betrayal lingered. You traded us for money, I said softly. Jordan reached for my hand, but I pulled away. The moment crystallized the price. We'd both lost innocence, trust eroded by ambition and fear. Leaving Taylor hugged me. Thank you. This might wake her up. But doubt not. Had I manipulated the situation for revenge? The ethical gray area haunted me. Society's judgment on queer relationships amplifying the scrutiny. In America, where progress coexisted with prejudice, our story highlighted the vulnerabilities. The high from the confrontation faded as Elena struck back. A smear campaign online accused me of jealousy-fueled lies, dredging up my family's conservative background to question my motives. Trolls flooded my inbox with hate, invoking slurs that cut deep. I considered retreating, but a call from a young artist changed that. Your story gave me courage to leave a toxic mentor, she said. Her words reignited my purpose, reminding me the fight was bigger than us. As tensions escalated, I attended a support group for LGBTQ+ women in Brooklyn. Sharing my tale, I found solidarity in similar stories. Family rejections, societal biases forcing compromises. One woman in her 40s shared how she'd lost everything, exposing a similar betrayal. The truth sets you free, but freedom hurts, she advised. Her wisdom fortified me for what came next. Jordan messaged, "We need to talk." Alone. Agreeing felt risky but necessary. Meeting at our old park bench in Central Park, the autumn leaves mirrored the decay of our bond. She looked vulnerable, stripped of her usual poise. "I'm ending it with Elena," she said. Hope flickered, but wariness held me back. "Why now?" I asked. "Because I see the damage. To you, to me." Our conversation delved into regrets, the pressures of succeeding as queer women in a judgmental world. Yet, forgiveness wasn't immediate. The wounds were too fresh. Walking away, I pondered the choices we'd made, the trade-offs for love, success, acceptance. The drama had awakened me to my strength, but at what cost to my soul? Elena's retaliation hit like a storm, her influence mobilizing allies to boycott my upcoming solo show. Galleries pulled interest, collectors canceled meetings. At 28, my career teetered on collapse, the price of truth manifesting in lost opportunities. Panic set in, but so did determination. I reached out to independent curators, pitching my story as inspiration for resilience-themed exhibits. One Bit, a queer-owned space in Chelsea, offering a platform to showcase not just my art, but the narrative behind it. Family conflicts intensified. My brother Mark flew in from Ohio, concerned after our parents' frantic calls. At 32, he was the mediator, straight and supportive in private but cautious publicly. "Mom and Dad are worried you're self-destructing," he said over dinner. I laid it out, the betrayal, the exposure, the societal undercurrents. Mark listened, his face softening. "I get it, Alex. But dragging family into this. It's messy." His words echoed my inner debate. Was protecting my pride worth alienating those I loved? Jordan's breakup with Elena unleashed more chaos. Elena, furious, sued for defamation, naming me as a co-defendant. Lawyers advised settling, but I refused, countering with evidence. The legal battle drained my savings, forcing side gigs. Jordan offered help financially, but I declined. Accepting would blur lines I'd fought to redraw. A pivotal moment came at a mediation session. Elena sat across, her silver-streaked hair impeccable, eyes calculating. At 35, she exuded power, but cracks showed. Lost sponsors, tarnished reputation. "This ends now," her lawyer demanded. Jordan beside me spoke up. "No. You manipulated me, Elena. I won't let you silence us." The admission stunned everyone, shifting dynamics. Elena's facade crumbled, revealing vulnerability. "I cared for you," she whispered. But care twisted by control wasn't love. Post-mediation, Jordan and I walked the streets, tension palpable. "Thank you for standing with me," she said. I nodded, emotions swirling. Our past love lingered, but trust was fractured. "We both made mistakes," I admitted. The conversation unearthed deeper issues. Jordan's fear of failure rooted in her family's high expectations, my own insecurities from societal rejection. Society's gaze weighed heavy. Media picked up the story, framing it as a queer drama, sensationalizing our identities. Interviews requested I chose carefully, emphasizing empowerment over scandal. One piece in a progressive outlet highlighted the intersection of wealth, power, and LGBTQ+ vulnerabilities, sparking discussions online. Personal awakenings emerged. I visited my parents, driving to Ohio for a fraught reunion. Mom greeted me stiffly, Dad avoiding eye contact. Over dinner I shared selectively the heartbreak, the fight for truth. Why air dirty laundry? Mom asked. Because silence enables abuse, I replied. Tears flowed as they admitted their struggles, accepting me. We love you, but it's hard, Dad said. The visit didn't resolve everything, but it cracked open dialogue, the first real one in years. Back in New York, Jordan proposed reconciliation. Give us another chance, she pleaded at a quiet cafe. Her blue eyes searched mine, reminiscent of our early days. But I'd changed. I need time, I said. The rejection hurt her, mirroring my past pain. We parted amicably, the decision a testament to growth, choosing self-respect over familiarity. The solo show opened to a packed house, supporters rallying against Elena's boycott. My paintings, raw and evocative, drew praise. A critic wrote, Alex's work captures the torment and triumph of queer love in a biased world. Success tasted bittersweet, built on ruins of relationships. As high as the show elevated me, lows followed. Anonymous threats arrived, likely Elena's doing. Fear crept in, but community bolstered me, vigils, fundraisers for legal fees. Mia organized a network of artists, turning individual pain into collective strength. Jordan distanced herself, focusing on rebuilding her startup ethically. Rumors of her dating others stung, but I focused inward, therapy helping unpack traumas. Sessions revealed patterns, seeking validation in relationships, ignoring red flags due to societal isolation. A turning point. Elena dropped the suit, settling out of court with apologies to affected parties. Victory felt hollow, the damage was done. Reflecting, I questioned if exposure was righteous or vengeful. The moral ambiguity lingered. Choices debated in quiet moments. With career stabilizing, I mentored young queer artists, sharing lessons learned. One mentee facing similar dilemmas asked, How do you know when to fight? When silence costs more than the battle, I replied. Her gratitude reinforced my path's purpose. Yet, echoes of loss persisted. A chance encounter with Jordan at an event sparked awkward conversation. I'm proud of you, she said. You too, I responded. Unspoken regrets hung between us, a reminder of love's fragility. Stability proved elusive as societal backlash evolved. Conservative outlets twisted the narrative, portraying our community as unstable, fueling anti-LGBT rhetoric. Protests outside queer events cited our drama as evidence against equality. At 28, I became an unwilling symbol, fielding hate mail alongside support. The pressure tested my resolve, inner conflicts raging. Had my actions harmed the cause I cherished? Family reconciliation progressed slowly. Phone calls with parents grew more open, Mom admitting, We're trying to understand. Dad sent a care package, art supplies with a note. Proud of your strength. Their efforts warmed me, but scars remained from years of conditional acceptance. Mark mediated, sharing articles on LGBTQ+ issues, bridging gaps. Jordan's journey paralleled mine. She relaunched her platform, emphasizing ethical funding, gaining traction. We crossed paths at industry events, exchanges polite but charged. One evening she confessed over drinks, I was wrong, Alex. Ambition blinded me. Vulnerability softened her, echoing the woman I fell for. But forgiveness demanded time. Betrayal's shadow loomed. Elena's downfall continued. Investigations revealed tax evasions, leading to fines and social ostracism. At 35, her empire crumbled, a cautionary tale of power misused. Whispers suggested remorse, but no direct apology came. Her absence allowed healing, but the void highlighted the human cost. Lives altered by one woman's manipulations. Personal growth accelerated. I traveled to conferences, speaking on empowerment in queer relationships. Audiences resonated, sharing stories of similar struggles. One woman approached, Your courage saved my marriage. Her words validated the pain, transforming it into purpose. Romantic prospects emerged cautiously. A date with Sarah, a kind-hearted teacher, felt refreshing. At 29, she offered stability without drama. But comparisons to Jordan surfaced, inner monologues debating readiness. Don't rush, Mia advised. You've earned peace. Highs and lows intertwined. A grant for my art arrived, funding a series on identity and betrayal. Inspiration flowed, canvases alive with emotion. Yet, nightmares of confrontations persisted. Therapy uncovering PAs-like symptoms from the ordeal. Jordan's family invited me to a gathering in California. Hesitant, I attended, finding warmth. Her parents hugged me. Your family always. Jordan was there, composed. Private talks revealed her therapy, addressing ambition's roots. I lost myself, she said. Empathy grew but boundaries held. Societal reflections deepened. In America, where marriage equality existed yet discrimination lingered, our story underscored disparities, wealth amplifying power imbalances in queer spaces. Debates online questioned ethics. Was exposure justice or revenge? I engaged thoughtfully, advocating dialogue. A crisis hit when a mentee faced harassment. Rallying support, I organized resources, the action cathartic. It reminded me of growth from victim to advocate. As winter approached, closure beckoned. Jordan requested a final meeting. At our old Brooklyn spot, she returned mementos. I release you, she said. Tears fell as we hugged goodbye, a chapter closing. New beginnings dawned. Sarah became a steady presence, our bond built on honesty. At 28, I embraced vulnerability, lessons etched deep. Yet doubts lingered. Had the price been too high? Families mended, careers revived, but innocence lost. The journey awakened me to life's complexities, choices ripples. With spring's arrival, renewal felt tangible. My art flourished, exhibitions drawing crowds. At 28, recognition affirmed my talent, independent of drama. Sarah's support grounded me, our relationship a haven from past storms. Walks in Central Park, hands intertwined, symbolized hope, love without hidden agendas. Family bonds strengthened. A visit to Ohio included open discussions, parents attending a pride event virtually. We're learning, Mom said. Progress, slow but real, healed old rifts. Jordan thrived too. Her platform succeeded, ethical focus earning acclaim. Occasional updates via mutual friends showed growth. At 30, she dated ethically, lessons learned. Elena's story faded, her retreat from public life a quiet end. At 35, rumors of philanthropy suggested change, but skepticism remained. Reflecting, the saga's impacts were profound. Inner peace came from accepting ambiguities. Right and wrong blurred in passion's heat. Society's evolution continued, our tale contributing to conversations on power dynamics in queer communities. Mentoring expanded, empowering others to navigate similar trials. Gratification outweighed costs, purpose found in shared strength. Yet, as I stood before a new canvas, brush in hand, questions arose. Had exposure been the right path, or could quieter resolutions have sufficed? The debate endured. In the end, was revealing the truth an act of justice, or merely a vengeful choice disguised as morality?